Well, I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. That is the song, I'm Yours, and that's what we're going to be learning today in class. Obviously, I'm not here today, so what we're going to talk about is we're going to quietly review some things while we're working towards this song. And if we listen and we learn the shortcuts in between each chord, there's going to be a little shortcut that you've got to listen to. If you listen to the shortcuts, at the end of class, you will be able to play the song that I just did. So the first thing that we have to do before we get started, we need to review our G chord. And the G chord, it's very important that we remember this because it's one of our new chords, and it's also the chord that gives us the most trouble because we're using not just one finger like the rest of the chords, but we're actually having to use three. And in order to do that, we've got to review the 3 steps that you got to remember to have your hand placement. The first thing I want to talk about is the tip of the finger. We have to make sure that we're using the tip of the finger. And if I do a little indentation right here, you should be able to see where it's going on my finger there. So we're going to make sure that we're using the tips of the finger, and we're hooking that finger up to where this finger can't lay over on the other strings. Okay, right now nobody should be touching a ukulele. It should just be on the floor, and you should just be watching. I sense, even from this video, that there was somebody playing when they weren't supposed to. But that finger can't lay over this way, and it can't be too much on top of the string, or it just won't be able to push down. We got to push straight down in. So we hook that finger. We can't have this happening. This is a bad thing. So making sure that we're using the tip of the finger to where nothing is touching anything except for the string we want. That's important. That's the first thing. Second thing, thumb. The thumb's got to go straight up and down, and you're going to hide it, meaning this isn't hid. I can see it. Down here, people want to do this sometimes. It's got to be hid back behind here to where you can't see it. Not even that much. Just want it right there. And when we use the tips of our fingers and the thumb back here going straight up and down, don't let the thumb go off. I don't know if I can show you that in the camera, but it doesn't need to go off to the side. Everything just goes straight up and down. And if you do that, you will have a lot of space up in here if you're doing it right. You should be able to come through and put a pencil or a marker or something like that right in here. Coaches, when, the first person who plays, the one closest to the window is going to be your first person. We all know this. We've done this plenty of times. There shouldn't be any arguments over that. The one sitting closest to the window gets to go first. The one that's second is going to be coaching. And they're going to be coaching and saying, hey, you need to use more of the tips of your fingers, hook your fingers, hide your thumb. Make sure that you got space. Okay? That's what your coach is going to be doing. They're also going to be making sure that you get to the right finger. Okay? So here in just a second, not yet, but we're going to make our fingers look just like this, and making sure that our pointer finger is on the 1, 2, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and our middle finger is on the same fret, not different frets. I have people that want to do this a lot, or this. Make sure they're on the same fret. Then the 3rd finger is going to go right in the middle, straight up and down. Now, here in just a second, I'm going to ask your teacher that's subbing for me today to pause right here to where you can see on the screen my fingers. And your job is to make sure that each of you can make sure that you get all your fingers in the right spot with the tips, with the space, with the thumb going straight up and down and hid. And we're going to do this really quickly. So I want the sub to give about a minute and a half for each person in the group. So there's going to be one person doing it, the other person coaching, and they got a minute and a half to do this. Remember, in order to play the song that I was singing at the beginning of the video, you've got to be able to do this, okay? So pause right now with the fingers like this so that we can see how it's supposed to look. Okay, now we're back, and as of now, everybody in each group should be able to have had about a minute and a half to make this chord. If we only did one, go ahead and pause it again if you need to. Rewind if you need to. Make sure everybody's had a chance. So the first two chords in the song are going to be C, which is going to be third finger on first string, third fret. We've known this one for a long time. Everybody should be up on this. But the important thing is we have to use our third finger or our ring finger, okay? So we're going to do ring finger, and everybody's ukulele should be on the floor, and everybody should be paying attention to this because this is the first shortcut. Remember I said to play the song, you got to know the shortcut. So the first shortcut that you're going to do when you go from C to G is it's going to be from your third finger because your third finger is on the first string on C and it's on the second string on G. So the first thing that you're going to do when you go from C to G is you're going to move this here, and then one goes on the top, two goes on the bottom. So that is how we're going to get there first. And this happens if I've got somebody using the wrong finger here, this is going to be a lot of problems. But if you're using your third finger, the shortcut is you just got a really quick jump right there, okay? And then these other two come down. So what we're going to do is we are going to practice our drill going from third finger to G, back here, C to G, just like what we've been. This is the demonstration. Nobody should be playing or touching a ukulele. You should just be listening to remind you. So it's going to sound like this. Starting on C, going G chord, going to the G chord. Notice how I moved that first. C chord, back to the C chord. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to do that several times. And I'm going to do it for each group. So if the teacher needs to pause for a second to give people some time, and in fact, I'll just count down to 10. And by the end of 10, the number one person needs to have their C chord ready to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, C chord, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Freeze. Nobody should be playing. They should only have their third finger ready. Okay, so get ready. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, C. G chord, going to the G chord. C chord, back to the C chord. G chord, going to the G chord. C chord, back to the C chord. G chord, going to the G chord. C chord, going to the C chord. Very good. Stop. Hand it over to the second person. Teacher can pause if we need to pause. Count down to 10. Then let's come back. All right, and 5, 4, you should be on a C. 3, 2, 1. Number 2, silence, please. Everybody quit playing. Ready? Go. G chord, going to the G chord. C chord, going to the C chord. G chord, going to the G chord. C chord, back to the C chord. One more time. G chord, going to the G chord. Very good. Now, if there's a group or two, there may, depending on how many ukuleles we had today, there may be a group of 3. If we have a group of 3, please rewind it a couple of minutes and let them do that again. And then when we get here the second time after the group 2 can keep playing this time. Go ahead and pause. Let them do it. Okay. All right, we're back. So now we've just practiced going from C to G. Now what we're going to do is we're going to practice going from G to A minor. I'm sorry, I need to stop right here for a second and make sure that everybody is got their ukulele on the floor. Sorry. I'm certain that there are people still holding it. Okay, very good. So we're going to start off, now that you've got your ukuleles on the floor and everybody's eyes are up here, we're going to now do our next two chords, which we're going to do the G, but then we're going to practice going back and forth between G and A minor. And it's very important that we use our second finger for A minor in this song. It's very important because the next change on down the line, we're going to go to C, and if we're on our second finger here, it's going to make a big difference. So the shortcut, remember I said each chord's going to have a shortcut. So we've got a shortcut between G and A minor, and that shortcut on this one is with the second finger. So what we're going to do, the second finger is on the bottom string on G, and then we're just going to put it on the top. So when we go back and forth between these chords, that's going to be our shortcut. If we can get there, we're good, okay? A minor is just one finger. Now, you got to make sure that you're using the tip of your finger so that it doesn't lay over on the string before it, but that you can get that together. So, once again, from G, we're going to go from G to A minor. Now, feel free to pause the video if we need to, but it should take no longer than 5 seconds for people to get their G chord together at this point with their coaches helping them, and they should not be playing. They should just be ready. If they're not ready, pause the video, and if they can't stop playing, have them put their ukuleles down. Do it over again. Okay, here's the G. And we're going to go G chord going to A minor, back and forth, okay? So everybody get ready with your G. 1, 2, G strum. A minor, going to A minor. G chord. Back to the G chord. A minor, going to A minor. G chord. Back to the G chord. A minor, going to A minor. G chord. Back to the G chord, and stop. No sound, please. Now it's time, pause if we need to, but get it to group 2, and then after group 2 we can go on and rewind if we need to do group 3 again. So everybody give about 10 seconds for the next group to get their ukuleles, and make sure that they've got a good G with lots of space and the thumb in the right spot. Go. 10 seconds. All right, here we go. That wasn't 10 seconds, but that's why we have a pause button. Okay, so we're going to practice number 2, G to A minor. Number ones, I want to remind you that you're the coach, so make sure that they are using the right finger on their A minor. Make sure you use the middle. Ready? G. A minor. Going to A minor. G chord. Back to the G chord. A minor. Going to A minor. G chord. Back to the G chord. A minor. Going to A minor. G chord. Back to the G chord. Very good. Pause if we need to. Do the third people rewind back a couple minutes till it's there, and do that again. And give a couple minutes. Okay, we're back. So the last two chords. Now, if you did right and you followed directions last time, your second finger will be on A minor. The next chord that we're going to do, and I'm going to try and position my camera a little bit here better. So you're going to do an F chord. Now, the way we've been doing F is just a one-finger chord. But the second level F is actually a two-finger chord. And I haven't really been pushing you guys to do the second finger chord, but I thought, well, since we're doing A minor, which this finger's already here, and your first finger, all it has to do is this. So when we're on A minor, all we have to do is have the second finger here, and then when we go to F, we just put our finger down. So it'll sound like this. That one finger can make a really big difference. Here's A minor. Here's F. Okay, so it's very important that you have your second finger here, and it's also very important that you are not getting lazy with these fingers, because if you get lazy with this finger won't sound. If you get lazy here, that finger won't sound. All the strings have to come through. So please pick up your ukuleles now. Let's, number ones, pick up the ukuleles. And let's get our fingers on the A minor. I'm going to give 5 seconds for you to do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nobody playing and voices off, looking at the screen. Thank you very much. So we're going to do A minor to F, the shortcut. Here we go. 1, 2, A minor, ready, go. F chord, first finger down, and A minor, lift first finger up, and F chord, first finger down, and A minor, first finger up, and F chord, first finger down. That's the second string, not the first string. First finger up and stop. Very good. 10 seconds to pass it over to the second person and for them to get their A minor ready. And at the end of this, teacher, please pause the video and rewind it for just a couple of minutes until give the third group, if there is a third group, a chance to do it. So here we go. This can be on 1639. We can do this again. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, A minor. F chord, going to the F chord. First finger up to A minor. F chord, first finger, second string, first fret. A minor, lift your first finger up. F chord, second string, first fret. A minor, first string, la, la. All right, very good. So that was it. Yeah, I get it. All right, so now we have all 4 chords. I'm sorry, please put your ukuleles on the floor, and please remember that your voice should be off, your hands should not be touching the ukuleles, and your eyes should be up here. And teacher, please pause it if you're not getting what you want at that time. If there are people talking or people playing their ukulele, please pause it until they get it together. Thank you. So now that we're back, the order of the chords, we go from C to G. Remember that this is your shortcut using your third finger. Then you've got G to A minor. Remember, using your second finger is your shortcut here. And then finally, the last one is putting your first finger down. So all of that, if you've followed all the directions so far, you remember all the shortcuts. And when we start playing all these in order, it's really easy to get confused because we've been through a lot of different things. If you get confused, your coach can help you, and hopefully they will be paying attention to you. If you have a problem, just remember you can go back to C and wait on us to come back, because we're going to do this several times per group. So group 1, our first chord is going to be C. So group 1, please pick up the ukuleles. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to get your C. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you should have your C chord and nobody playing. Here we go. C chord, 1, 2, C to G. 1, 2, ready, go. G chord, third finger up to G. A minor, second finger, top string. F chord, first finger, second string. C chord, third finger, first string. G chord, going to the G chord. A minor, second finger, top string. F chord, first finger, second string. C chord, back to the C chord and stop. Group 2, pass the ukuleles, go and give 10 seconds. Get your C chord ready. Coaches help them get there. Here we go. We got to move. 1, 2, ready, go. G chord, going to the G chord. A minor, going to A minor. F chord, first finger, second string. C chord, back to the C chord. G chord, going to the G chord. A minor, top string, second fret. C chord, going to the C chord. I keep calling that C. It's F. Sorry, guys. And now it's C chord. C chord, going to the C chord and stop. Okay, go ahead and pause it and rewind it if you got a group of 3. Thank you very much. So that is now put your ukuleles on the floor. So now that we've learned the chords in the order, and if the substitute thinks that it would be okay, I think we're probably doing okay on time, that if the groups want to work together for about 5 minutes to cement that into their brain, as long as they're willing to work, we can give about 5 minutes for them to work together to be able to practice going through that, couple minutes each, and then we'll talk more about the song. So go ahead and pause it if you want. If everybody's ready to move on, we can go on. Okay, so now that we're back and maybe you've taken a couple minutes just to kind of work some things out, hopefully you used your time wisely. If not, you may be in the same boat you were just a few minutes ago. The people that are ready, though, I'm ready for you to do this. So now that we've got the chords, and your ukulele should be on the floor, now that we've got the chords together, C, G, A minor, and F, those are the 4 chords to this song. The words, now we are going to match up the strums on the words. So the words go, and I won't hesitate. So the first 2 chords is going to come on the word. The C here is you're going to strum on the word I. So it's going to go, well, I won't hesitate. On the word hesitate, the G is going to happen on the tate, not the heza. Nobody strum on the heza, just the tate. So you're going to go, I won't hesitate. Okay? Now the next words is going to go, no more, no more. It says it twice. On the second more, you are going to strum your A minor. So it's going, well, I won't hesitate. No more, no more. On the second more right there, okay? Then finally putting your F there. We cannot wait. So on the word wait. So we've got I, tate, second more, and wait. Okay? So it'll sound like, well, I won't hesitate. No more, no more. Oh, I messed up. Sorry. Get the laugh out. Pause. Okay, do it again. Well, I won't hesitate. No more, no more. It cannot wait. Okay, group 1, please pick up the ukuleles. Get your C ready, and we're going to go through this together. Try your best. If you don't get it, wait for the next time. We're going to do it twice each. Here we go. 1, 2, C. Well, I go to G and go to A minor, then to F chord, back to C. I'm going to do the real words this time. Well, I won't hesitate. No more, no more. It cannot wait. One more time. Well, I won't hesitate. No more, no more. It cannot wait. Go ahead and pass it on to the second person. Grab your C. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. C chord, ready, go. Well, I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. Back to C, and I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. Okay, very good. If you have a group of 3, please pause it, give it to them, rewind it, let group 2 play along again this time. Okay. So right now, what I want us to do is I'm posting this on my Google Classroom. At this point, we may have some time left. If we have some time left at this point, I am going to put a video of this song on the Google Classroom as well for you guys to listen while the substitute picks up your ukuleles and puts them away. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon.